What's life like for you right now? Because you are not quite empty nesters,
Mm-hmm.
but you have grown children now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new chapter in itself. What's it like adjusting to them being young men?
It is, I'm one of those parents that goes back and forth between really, really, really missing my children when they were really young, and like the cute little things they would say. But I'm also really grateful to see my kids grow up.
Yeah.
Like it makes me almost emotional thinking about who they are in comparison to who I was at their same age. Like I was talking about before, when we go to vote and my son has ideas and thoughts between what he wants to vote for and what he doesn't. I'm just, I'm so impressed because I'm like, I don't know that I had the fortitude of thought to think differently than my parents. I didn't. And so the fact that they're able to articulate and like come up with these ideas and ask these questions that are like, oh, you're really thinking about this. Like, I'm really, really grateful for that. I told both my boys, it's such a privilege to watch these little people that you've helped develop and hopefully give them a moral compass and find out the things that are important to them and their quirks and things that they're interested in and their passion, these little things. And you have the opportunity to encourage that. It's so gratifying. My oldest son he's very creative, and so he has these group of friends from high school. They've started their own little like YouTube channel. They just got monetized. He's so excited about it. He's producing. And he does a good job because he sees what me and my husband do. And so when they come over, he makes sure to feed them. He act like he got money, child, but he pays them. He makes sure he pays them. He does all of these
That's
things.
good. It's important.
And I'm just like, I'm so proud, and he takes pride in it too. Like he thinks he's running a company. Okay, I mean, and he is, he really is. But I'm like, I'm so proud that like you're forging your own path and what that means and what that looks like to you and doing the things. This is truly one of my favorite phases of parenthood.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, it's seeing them reach adulthood as someone who has absolutely no children, but lots of nieces and nephews. It's always exciting to see the like the paths they choose and what their like personalities become. And I just recently said this to my oldest niece, who has a daughter and a husband and a home and career, and she said something, I don't remember what it was, but it was like, and it's silly because she's a grown woman, but it was like one of the first times I really looked at her and was like,
you're grown.
oh, you're a grown woman. And I said it to her and she was like, well, thanks. Like, oh, like, yes, I am.
Yeah.
I have a 5-year-old child and a husband and a mortgage. And like, I've been a grown woman for a while, but like, it is something about it. It's really special to see them choose their path.
It really is. And those moments where you recognize like, wait a minute, I'm talking to a young adult. Like, this is crazy to me. Even down to dating. My son was dating this girl, child, super cute girl. When I tell you, I said, that's it. She gonna be my daughter-in-law. I like her. I like her a lot. She had a passport.
You can say that because you guys, she had a passport.
Child.
Oh,
she said, Miss Melissa, me and my mom and my aunt took a girls trip to Paris. Y'all did what? What else you went to? Where else you went to? Girl, she was the cutest little thing. She was well-traveled. She was in college. She was doing like graphic design work or something.
Cute.
Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I love you. She would send like these little care packages to the house for him. I said, no. I like her. I like her a lot. I like her a lot. Child, he broke up with her. I was so mad. I was hurt. I was hurt. And so I was like, what happened? And the fact that he is able to articulate, this is what I like, this is what I didn't like, this is what she would do that I didn't like, or I couldn't do, she would request this of me, and that didn't really work.
Boundaries.
Man, and it's so, he went from, my husband and I have been together since we were in 11th grade.
Right.
And so he went into dating like, I really want to have, the first girl I date, like it's not going to be puppy love. Like we going to be together forever. Boy, hush, please. Please hush.
I mean, yes, you guys are an exception.
And that's what you try to impress upon your child. Like, don't go for what me and daddy do. Go live your life a little bit.
I mean, it's not that it can't be, but you know, it's the same with my sister. My sister married the first man that she dated, and they've been together for decades. I mean, I think I don't want to short them, but close to 40 years. Got to be 35 years. He's got to be close to 35 years.
Wait. Hold on. Are you? What is your how many brothers and sisters do you have? What is your age gap?
Oh, I got a gang of brothers and sisters. I got 6 brothers and sisters, and I have 14 nieces and nephews, and 15 is on the way, and there will be many more. There will be lots more. They love making children.
Are you the baby?
No, I'm in the middle. So I have 2 older sisters, and an older brother, and 2 younger sisters and a younger brother.
So 7 of y'all total.
Yes, but my oldest sister is 14 years older than me. God. So there was kind of like litters.
Got it.
And different, parents and all that. We're a good American family. But yeah, she had her first kiss on the altar. And I do think like,
oh, y'all grew up like churchy, like that's that
real.
Yeah. That's that real.
I did not follow the same path, but she did. She set the bar at impossible, and I love her for that. Yeah, I mean, it's you want them to not put too many expectations into things and live their lives. When it comes to marriage, you guys get asked about marriage all the time, and I think one thing about what I admire about your marriage is you are very open about it. You guys are very playful publicly. And I'm sure that, you guys are private in your dealings, but you get asked for advice, to give advice all the time. What does this chapter of marriage look like for you? Because similarly, a lot of things can shift now. You have, not that you're not going to be parenting anymore, or that they're like gone, but they're adults now.
Yeah.
So the conversations are different. Maybe they're not coming home at the time that they said they were coming home. There's different things going on, and soon they will be. They will be out. So what does this chapter look like for you?
I feel like this chapter looks like us reacquainting ourselves with working together more. I think we work together, but I also was still very involved in our youngest son. Like, he's still doing 3,000 things, and I'm just playing chauffeur, to be honest. And now that he finally got he didn't have his license until after he graduated.
Okay.
And so I'm still picking him up, dropping him off, taking him here, taking him there, going to start doing all of the things. And so now both my boys have cars, their licenses. And so even this morning, we're working on this project together, and my husband's like, I think you should write it. And I'm like, boy, I ain't never wrote nothing in my life. I don't really know if I want to do that. I think y'all should do that, and please leave me alone. And he's like, no, and I think we should like write it together. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means, because I can pop in, I can pop out, I can do my own thing. I can be with the boys, and I can do this. And now it's like the boys are kind of not done, but the bulk of that responsibility is kind of gone now. And so I'm like I just actually texted my friend this. I was like, I feel a little unanchored because I don't know what is next. Like, I feel like the romantic part of our relationship is solid, but I always think you should be, or not always, for us, there's an aspect of business in our relationship that
you're partners.
We're partners. And so we need to, what that looks like, I think, is going to be us working a little bit more closely together, so I don't feel like a bump on a log. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And so that is making me like really, like I said, I never do this alone. Kev is normally, he's the face, he's the mouthpiece, he does the things. I'm able to just kind of like chill and pop in and out. And when you or whoever DM'd, like, do you want to be on the podcast? I don't think y'all meant to send this to me, so I'm going to ignore that. Oh, it came back again? Oh, so that means you did mean to send it to me? Oh, okay.
Yes, we want you.
Yeah. But because it never happens, literally, I do that all of the time. That's I'm being funny, but also it would be the truth. Another opportunity came through. I said, oh, I think you met Mr. Kev on stage. I'm going to ignore that. And then they come back, and I'll be like, you really did mean me? Okay, well now let me think about it before I respond because I don't know how to I don't what do I do with this? I don't know. And so for me, it's anchoring myself in, oh, it is you. You do need to do the things. You do need that. You don't have an excuse anymore. You need to put out more content. You need to be doing this. Like you don't have like, oh, I'm just being a mom. No, girl, like it's about you now. And so that has me feeling like uneasy, unanchored, ungrounded. Like I'm still trying to like find my foot. And it's still new. Joe just graduated in June. It's still very, very new, but it is a little like unsettling and scary. I think when you said vulnerable, I think maybe that's the phase that I'm in. It's like, oh, I don't really know. I don't know this, Melissa. I don't know what's next. And so that's a little scary.
Have in times in your past when you've felt this way, or have you felt this way before?
I would say yes and no. I would say probably the most comparable time is when I left my job. So if you understand me as a person, right, I'll give context so it makes a little bit more sense. I am an oldest sister. I'm not a type A personality, but I do go like back and forth. I could be like AB, like a B plus, A minus. Like I live right in that like kind of personality zone. But I'm a rule follower. I love a gold star. I am a checklist. Very good job. Kevin and I got married after going into our senior year of college. So I got married. I started working in a management training program. I was somebody's manager at like 23. I don't know why they let me do that, but they did. Bought a house by the time I was 23, had Isaiah, Joe by 25, and I went from like assistant manager to like on my way to being I can't even think of the name of it, but anyway, it was like over the district, like very this is my life,
right?
You know, check mark, check, graduated college, check mark, husband, check mark, children after marriage, very important part of the step,
of course,
check mark, bought a house, check mark, you know. We started making good money, put my kids in private school, bing bang boom, we're living the American dream, put an apple pie out on the windowsill. Like I'm doing the things. Very much who I am. Then we move out to LA. And I'm still like, I'm going to be the safety net. I'm going to be the responsible one. Kev's chasing these dreams. But me, I'm going to get a job. So I get the job. I do the safe thing. All of these things. Kev goes on tour. And he's like, I want you to quit your job. Why would I do that? I don't even understand what you're asking me to do. I've always been the safety net. You go off. I mean, at the time, this, you know, is a process, but in real time, I'm thinking you're the irresponsible one with these dreams that don't pay no bills. But the only reason why it's okay is because I'm here.
Right.
You know, I'm going to make sure we have insurance and the kids can get their checkups because they're babies and they need their immunizations. I'm going to make sure the mortgage is paid. I'm going to make but that's always been my role and I'm okay with that because it's very much in line with my personality.
Right.
So now you're asking me to quit the job that guarantees us a paycheck every 2 weeks to go do what you're doing. Well, we're going to be homeless. That don't seem smart. And then I did it. And so it was very, I don't know this world.
Yeah.
It's very unstructured. Entrepreneurship is very unstructured. And I don't live my personality. I thrive at every job I've ever had in corporate America because I know my expectations. I know this is my job description. These are the things that I have to do today. I love a checklist. I've already told you this. So I know at the end of the day, I can say I did a good job. This doesn't work in this world. And so to a certain extent, I'm still finding my footing in that because I'm like, I don't understand this world. You just make it up. Well, that feels wrong because where are the rules? Who decides I did a good job?
No, it's lawless.
And I don't like that. I don't feel like I thrive in that because it feels like I'm the person. And literally when I was in therapy, she was like, Melissa, someone else just made up the rules. You're just following them. Make up your own rules and follow them.
You can make your own rules.
That feels wrong.
You want someone else to make up the rules.
I'm like, well, if I make up my own rules, then that feels like cheating because then how do I know I'm just deciding? Well, that doesn't make sense to me. Like it just doesn't compute in my brain. It just doesn't work. And so I've been doing this now for a few years. I get it a little bit, but it's still a little bit off. And now, at least with the kids, their structure. I know I have to get up at this time. I know I have to drop them off. I know at this time I have to pick them up. I know on Tuesdays he has this. Okay, I can thrive in that because there's rules.
Yeah.
There's things I have to do. I know I did a good job because my kid got to school on time. Check. Very good. Gold star. Good job. Okay. So now when school starts again in the fall, what I'm going to do? I don't have to take my kid to school. So what do Mondays look like? I don't know. On Tuesdays, he doesn't have soccer practice. So what I'm going to do? I don't know. Oh, you get to make it up. Well, that sounds dumb. It's scary because I don't know.
Yeah.
And so this feels like that.
Yeah, I get that. I absolutely get that. I mean, I'm in no way comparison, obviously, to children, but I was at Network for almost 10 years. And before I was at Network, I was working 5 days a week on a morning drive radio show, which was 4 hours every day from 6 to 10. I had somewhere to be. And now I work from home most of the time. I travel periodically to shoot things, and I have the podcast, which shoots here, but it's not every day. So my life went from being extremely structured, extremely had to be there at a certain time, to like kind of the same.
Yeah.
There's still things to do, but yeah, like it's when you're an entrepreneur, particularly in the space that we're in, which is the content space, it's the wild, wild west.
Yes.
Like you can make one thing and then that's the thing.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Or the scarier part is you could do nothing.
Right.
And I'm like, I feel like I'm doing nothing. But then it's like, okay, we'll do something. What?
Right. What and why?
What and why? And that becomes another thing.
So I just got recommended a book by a very good friend. So I'll pass. I haven't started it yet.
Okay.
But I'm going to read it and I'll pass it to you, which is, and now I'm going to butcher the name of it. What is your why? I think it's what is your why? What is the why?
What is the why?
Yes, because I'm struggling a lot with the same thing for different reasons. I know what to do, but why am I doing it? Because it's obviously about money. Okay, we all know money. Like that's who would work if there wasn't money. So when you know that you can make money, or you know that money isn't necessarily your burden at this particular juncture to carry, when you can choose anything, and you're somebody who really likes structure, and I don't necessarily like structure and rules, but I do like accomplishments. I do like goals. I do like saying I'm going to do this and then making it happen. So from a similar space, I can relate because when you accomplish something that you set out to do, like you set out to raise a family, and then you're not done. You're never going to be done. You're a mother. You're always going to have children to take care of in some way or another. They're going to find a way to have something for you to do. And you have a husband, you have extended family, like you have a family. You set out to do that. And now you're at a juncture in your life where it's what's the next why? And finding that why can be an adventure, but it can also feel like a lot of anxiety because maybe you haven't found it yet. Yeah. And in a lot of ways, I kind of feel young again. Not that I'm old, but like I feel like the beginning of my youth where I was sort of searching for, I know I'm passionate about this. I know I'm passionate about that. But what is my purpose? Like, what is the thing that I am absolutely inspired to accomplish? Yeah. And I did that. Yeah. So now I have to find the next thing. And knowing how hard it is to raise two Black boys in this world, to have a family, to keep it together, to be the rock, to be the one that makes sure that the bills are paid, to support your husband's dreams, to be a part of the public face of a very successful company, which does come with expectations of the two of you and pressure. Yeah, that's a lot. It's completely understandable why you don't feel anchored.
And I think the scariest part, I think, is when I say I was thriving at my previous places that I worked, I don't know that I ever asked myself if I was passionate about it. I don't know if I ever asked myself if I actually enjoyed it. As much as I understood I needed a job. Right. And I needed to keep this job. So I'm going to excel at it because I need this paycheck every 2 weeks. I never stopped to ask myself, was I passionate about it? Is this my full meaning in life? I didn't have time because I had bills due. And so even asking myself that question in this season feels overwhelming because I don't know. And so interrogating myself, exploring myself is also very new because again, I'm just do what you're told. You're not asking questions. And again, that's why I'm so proud of my kids. They ask these questions. I didn't have capacity to ask because I was too busy following the rules.
Yeah.
And so now when any and everything's on the table, I'm like, oh my God, it's almost too much. Just tell me. And so I think that's why I feel like I'm floating. Like I'm just, in a Spike Lee movie where everyone's just kind of moving. Like that's how I feel right now. Yeah, I feel like I've just worked this out. This is like real feelings that I'm like kind of working out in this moment. Yeah, and it's overwhelming. It can be exciting, but I don't know that I've gotten to the point that it's exciting yet. I think I'm still on like, this is scary. This is a very scary thing. And so I don't know. I don't know what's next. And it's so easy sometimes. My husband is very he's a very creative person, and I think creative people don't always thrive or like crave structure. I think they like the ability to just free flow, and this feels good today and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to move on, and this feels great tomorrow, and it doesn't matter, it didn't look like yesterday because this is what I'm doing today, and so I'm going to do that. And he's very like, you know what we should do? We should write a movie today. I'm sorry, we're going to do what? And that is just like not who I am.
Yeah.
And so that's, we just have very different personalities, just very, very different personalities. And so these things make him super excited. And I'm just like, literally, he's like, I think you should write this movie. I've never written a movie in my life. I've never considered writing a movie. And I mean that literally.
Yeah.
And so this weekend I spent the whole weekend, I watched like 5 movies. I've learned about what's that man's name? Dan Harmon's Circle. I don't know. I learned about Save the Cat. I don't know. And I'm just like, why am I doing this? Because your husband thinks it's a good idea. That's why you're doing this.
Well, you have, it's a blessing in a lot of ways, which will play out over time.
Mm-hmm.
That you're in a space where you can choose.
Yeah.
I totally relate to the fear of it, but it is something that a lot of people crave. And like anything in life, you don't know what it feels like until you experience it.
Mm-hmm.
So having the ability to choose really whatever path you want can feel overwhelming, because the difference is when you're younger and you're like, I can choose any path I want. Yeah. But there are real consequences to you choosing the wrong path.
Yeah.
You can set yourself back a couple decades
For sure.
if you choose the wrong path.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're in the space that you're in now, you really truly can decide, do I want to write a movie?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that Kev's journey and I'll support where I can and where I feel like it? Or do I want to start a business?
Yeah.
Or do I want to start another show? Or do I want to write a book instead? Like all of these things are available to you. I think you just be gentle with yourself.
And not only gentle for sure. And I've tried to learn to be curious about myself, because like I said, I've always been told and I've never questioned myself.
Do you feel like you have poured so much of yourself into everyone else that this is your chapter to pour into yourself?
In this whole movie thing, my husband told me the other day, he said, I think you're entering your second act. And in movies, I just learned this weekend, in movies, like the first 20 minutes or so is establishing whoever your main character is in their current environment where they're very comfortable. This is my life as a mother, my life playing the backseat, Miss Kev on stage, meaning he's Kev on stage. Please ask him and direct all the questions at him. And when you enter your second act, it's normally where they're leaving, quite literally leaving that comfort area into what is actually the point of the movie, so to speak. And he's like, oh, I feel like you're entering your second act. It's normally where the fun and games happens, where they're asking these, exploratory questions, all of these things. They're fish out of water, whatever the premise of the movie is. And I feel like I'm that right now.
Yeah.
I'm a fish out of water, trying to like understand who I am. The other thing I was going to say is my husband and I, when we did our podcast years ago, we always talked about the kite and the string analogy, and that's a dynamic we use to explain our relationship. So he's the kite, meaning he's the dreamer. He's off in the clouds somewhere, and I always say one of the dangers of being a kite is sometimes you can fly too close to the sun. I'm the string. I'm the one that's more grounded, more level-headed, and I'm trying to make sure everything is safe. The problem with the string is they don't fly. Without the kite, they're just on the ground. And so I'm always really grateful that my husband has allowed me to start to fly. I think without him, I would be playing it safe. I would still be at the bank. I would still be at Boeing. I would still be very much, this is my path and this is what it looks like. And look at me. And now I bought the house. I did this. And now I'm supposed to climb corporate America. And I'm okay with that. The fact that I'm even in a space where I get to be curious about what I want at 43 is really a blessing, really a privilege, because it's something I never considered asking because it didn't matter. It was survival. Who cares if you like this job? It's a job.
Right.
So do it. And so the fact that it's like, oh, you actually get to decide. What you mean? I get to decide. There's agency here. Oh, I didn't even know I could have those options, And so it's overwhelming, but I am really grateful that I'm in a space where I get to choose.